And that's like the first thing I like to think about is like, how old was I when this horror movie came out? And was this appropriate for me to be like watching alone in the basement?
Well, I would have been 10, and I'm not sure I saw it until high school.
Okay, well, I'm going to say no.
Yeah, no is a good answer.
Not appropriate.
There's a lot of shit going on in that movie that, yeah.
Mainly the fingering.
The fingering? The
fingering is what the only thing I remember, and the fingering will be the only thing I remember. That is a fact. They, from what I've seen in the movie Deliverance, honestly, unfortunately for the southern states, Deliverance has really set the tone for what I think of when I think of the southern states, and I don't want that to be. I don't want hillbillies hiding in the woods, squealing like pigs.
Yeah.
I don't want that to be what I think about.
I don't want to be worried about taking a wrong turn off of I-95 when I'm going to Florida.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm in for.
So, I guess what I'm saying is, like, we need something. America needs to do something. Let's see a movie
about these depictions of hillbillies. Yeah,
let's see a big budget movie where hillbillies are like the heroes.
Mm-hmm.
But like when he goes to talk to the cops, he was like, he picked the worst way to introduce the cops to the situation because it started off with
fucking my wife.
Yeah. So I was plugging my wife, and there was a thing, but it had been a while since we had banged.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't even say, like, during the situation, after the comet hit, during the situation, me and my wife were doing it. There's like, nah, me and my wife, first and foremost.
Let me make it known.
I can get an erection.
Just fine.
I can get an erection. Me and my wife were doing it.
Yeah.
And then there was a comet, but we were doing it.
Now listen, Sheriff and news person. I'm fully capable of satisfying my wife. Let's get that out of the way.
I know you're here, and I know what you're thinking. We both came.
And then the meteor hit, and I'm not sure which was which. And then,
God.
What is she, like, do you drink? Yeah, I like a whiskey. I love a whiskey.
Were you sober? Well, I do love a good bourbon. This movie inspired me because I was high on, I smoked something called Blue Iguana.
Nice.
And it inspired me to write 2 haikus.
No, okay, now we're talking.
I want you to pick which one's better.
They're really haikus.
They really are. For real. Because I was high while I wrote.
Yeah. Okay. So I was making a pun.
I wanted to make sure you knew.
Yeah.
That you did that.
I did.
You did.
I did it deliberately.
Damn.
In order for you to enjoy it.
And I did.
Okay, sick.
All right. Alpacas get milked. Space stuff and the well goes wild. Nick Cage, full of rage.
Nice.
Okay,
so don't traditionally rhyme. That's sort of the point. You're telling a story, but you got there.
There's that one. In the dark of night, getting intimate with wife. Nick Cage blasts livestock.
It sounds like they were involved in the act. I think you did that on purpose.
I wrote it the way it felt. Okay, so in the opposite line of questioning, what would be the item that would summon you if people were to touch it? And what kind of monster would you be?
You promptly go first because I imagine you've thought about this, and I have to actually put thought into it.
It would I would want it to be something cool, but it's gonna end up being like something that looks like something, but it's stupid. It's like a stupid pipe. And it just,
pipe.
You just like pick it up like, oh, it's a fucking pipe.
Yeah, and Shaggy's stoked.
And then I'm just like, guys. Shh.
You're not even a monster. You're just a squatter down there. Leave it alone.
I'm shitting. All right, so you're driving down the road and you see a dude throwing things down a tube covered in blood.
Yeah.
Do you stop? Do you stop?
Well, that depends. Am I a retard?
Well, no, you're just you.
Yeah. My point being, I would have to be one in order to stop.
I just didn't want to assume you weren't one.
I don't give a shit how bodily that bag looks anybody throwing something down a huge pipe, I don't want anything to do with that. And also, I mean, it's on his property. He can really do what he wants.
I mean, during the daytime, especially, if he's got the balls to be doing that during the daytime, like there's
clearly visible bloody sheet, and he's got no problem with that.
Yeah, and like, yeah, he even like looks and makes eye contact, like, you saw what I did, I'm coming. So yeah, no, we're not talking about anime, but we are going to talk about a horror movie. What horror movie are we doing this week?
Well, we did Drag Me to Hell this week.
We certainly did. And this is going to come off as probably the most gentrophobic podcast to date.
Did you have to look that up before you said it?
I knew the word, but I wanted to make sure it was the word, so I did Google it. Yeah, I Googled it to make sure I was spelling it right, and that it was the word.
Well, I'll say it was excellently used just now.
Thank you. Yeah, the first, I don't know, page or two here is just very. It's gonna come off very gentrophobic, but do know I mean it in the best way possible. All right. Yeah, so she comes in, she's like, hey, I'm getting kicked out of my house.
She wants an extension is what?
Yeah, and first of all, this lady has an eye.
Yeah.
She's got an eye thing.
She's got a couple things.
She's got one of her things is a cloudy eye.
Yeah.
And her first response should have been, I don't see why not. I spelled I-Y-E, but so she would have had to put some extra, like, I don't see why not. Wink.
It would really have expedited the time between meeting the woman and being cursed by her.
Yeah.
If she had just been like, nice fucked up eye, lady.
Yeah.
And we're just going to hop right into the fucking gentrophobia here, but
yep.
I really hate people, regardless of age, people who carry around a handkerchief that they use often.
That handkerchief is that's the worst thing.
It's 100% it is.
It's one of the worst parts of this movie is this handkerchief this old lady deposits her goo in. It's a goo depository, and she carries it around.
It never goes anywhere throughout the entire movie. This old lady dies, and the handkerchief lives on as if the bacteria have become sentient.
The worst. Okay, so she does die.
Yeah.
There's a scene with her funeral. Yeah, that handkerchief is on the table. People are eating on.
Yep.
They set a dinner plate for the handkerchief.
And it's like on a glass, too. Guess what? Never drinking out of that glass again.
So we just throw that all in the trash now, or what?
Yeah, the whole table, the entire spread just goes.
God.